Welcome back to another review. This week I've got the Fenix BTR20 for you, and I've also got the original BT20 which I reviewed back in November 2012. So I'll be running through a couple of comparisons for you and talking about the new rechargeable battery pack that comes with this one compared to the removable batteries on this one. So let's dive straight in. Down we go. Smooth. Right, so in the box with this one we have a charger, which we didn't have with the BT20 because it didn't come with a charger. You had to supply your own cells. This one comes with a charger. There's your plug adapters and a rechargeable battery pack. It's quite cool, this one. Press the button. Oh, you can tell that this one needs charging. These 4 LEDs should light up when it's fully charged. It's got the same helmet mount as the original BT20 there. Extension cable and excuse me. Before we get to the light head itself, you actually get 2 pairs of every size. So you got some tiny rubber mounts, some bigger ones, and some even bigger ones. So I mean, these are ginormous, so God knows what you'll be mounting this thing to when you use that one, but you've got them and you've got spares if you need them. Now this is the light head itself. Let's grab this one. So as you can see, there is a design difference between the two. The BTR20 has the same reflector though, and the same Fresnel lens for bending the light down to the road, which is quite cool. It makes it a great commuter and road light because it does point the light downwards and spreads it out across the road, so you really do get a nice wide view, nice and clear. What they've done with this one as well though, they've put some holes in here which actually helps push air as you're biking across the heatsink on the back, so it helps keep it cooler. It's got the same mount style, same plugs. These plugs have actually been incredibly rugged and durable. Okay, so let's plug this in. Now you'll notice there's an extra cable on the BTR20, and that's because you can flash your light. So you can have it turned off, so during the day, imagine you're riding along and you're a commuter and someone's about to pull out on you, you can flash your light, let them know you're there, which is incredibly cool. And when it's turned on, you can flash them the high beam as well. So if you're, for example, riding along at night and a car's got its high beams on and is dazzling you, you can just say, "Hey fella, can you dip your lights for me?" And it works every time they do dip their lights. It's really quite cool. You can't change modes with this switch. You can only flash the light. But what's quite nice is as well, when it's in high mode, it actually dims the light, so it still gives that sensation of, or that kind of look of it flashing, which is quite nice. So we've got 4 modes and a double click for flashing. Now what's really cool is Fenix do listen to their riders, and they do push things forward, because one of my original issues with the BT20 was the strobe. Let's turn this on. Now, although the BT20 flashes, it then does that random strobe mode, and I think that's quite dangerous, dazzling, and I think that would have aggravated taxi drivers and stuff like that. So this is a nice improvement on the BTR20. It's very, very cool. But the main improvement over the BT20, the original light, is the combination of the battery pack and this fuel gauge on the back here, because this is so much quicker, easier to mount, nicer to live with. You can just quickly unvelcro it from your bike, stick it on charge, and then the next day you can just go stick it straight on your bike again. Whereas with the original, let's pop this out of the pouch, that was a little bit clumsy to velcro onto your bike, and then you'd always have to take these undo this, slip these batteries on charge, put them back in, screw it back together, and then put it back on your bike, where it's just nice just to be able to sling the entire battery pack on the charger and not have to worry about it. The charger also has a little LED light indicator on there which tells you when it's done. So that's a great improvement, and that was one of my complaints as well with the original BT20, was the fact it didn't come with batteries, it didn't come with a charger, and by the time you bought the light and then supplied them yourselves, you're looking at around 120 quid. Now this new light, the BTR20, comes in at 120 quid. So we have a low of 80, then we have 200, 400 and 800 lumens, and on the 80 lumens that's 23 hours runtime, so if you're just using that to be seen on the road during the day and stuff like that, or tooting back and forth from the office and you're in town with lots of street lights, I mean this will last ages for you. 10 hours on 200 lumens, 4 hours and 40 minutes on 400 lumens, 2 hours on high on turbo mode. Okay, so this is how the BT20 mounts to your bars. It's quite simple. You need to actually twist the light head 90 degrees to the mount, pull the O-ring round the back and latch it on. These O-rings are still a bit stiff, but there you go, nice and easy. There we go. And the button, that's just a case of a loop of Velcro. So you just attach that to your bar, loop it in the back there, put it round. And when it comes to the button, I've actually found that easier to put on the same side as your front brake, because that's kind of the brake which you pull a little less. And if you want to hold it on full beam and you need to apply the brakes, you've then got your free hand to pull your rear brake. It's a nice solid mounting there. Let's show you the battery pack. It's quite simple. Just undo the Velcro. You have to pretend this is a bike frame or the stem of your bike, and you just loop it through there, bring it round and pull it tight. There we go. And then just plug it in. Another nice feature on this battery pack is this rubber gripper on the back here. It's shaped to fit your frame, and once you pull the Velcro strap nice and tight, it doesn't move. I've taken this out on the mountain bike, I have taken it out on the road bike as well, down some rough roads. It doesn't move, it doesn't rattle, which is also another bonus compared to the original battery pack, because once you started going down rough roads with this one, with this pouch, it started wiggling about, and the batteries also had a tendency to rattle as well. So I've really enjoyed using this bike light. It's worked fantastically on my road bike. It's easy to mount, it's easy to recharge the battery pack, it's rugged, it's got the added benefit of being able to just flash traffic to let them know you're there, or to dim their lights. And I like the fact that it's got a fuel gauge on the battery pack and a fuel gauge on here in case you need it. And it really is a well thought out, rugged product. And well done, Fenix. I look forward to seeing what you come out with next.